say welcome to Chitranganie Mubarak, who has been known to India and us, Digital Empowerment Foundation, as a person who has been part of many e-governance development in Sri Lanka, and also involved in World Summit Award as a jury, as an e-content expert. She has been also associated with many digital development work on ground in Sri Lanka. So we thought that now that Sri Lanka is facing a severe economic crisis, which is directly hitting to the public, like the way digital divide always hit people on the ground at the last mile, we thought that let's talk to Chitranganie Mubarak. So Chitranganie, welcome to DEFDialogue. My first question to you is, what's happening in Sri Lanka?
Okay, so what's happening in Sri Lanka? I mean, it's really very sad that we've come to this position where we are really struggling economically. If you go out on the roads, the long queues of people waiting to collect a gas cylinder. Not too long ago, there was an issue with the cylinders where people had adjusted the ratios, and there were actually gas explosions inside people's homes, and there was nobody to take responsibility for that. So we have gas queues, we have queues for diesel. Every fuel station has a very long queue for diesel. Petrol, we are kind of okay. So how did we get to this situation that we have become, I mean, ours was a beautiful country and we enjoyed everything we had, and here suddenly people don't have enough to eat, drink, they can't get their milk powder, they can't forget the gas, they can't even get the kerosene to light a wood fire to cook their meal. So it got really bad, and this is I mean, sadly, it's complete mismanagement of our funds. And in January, we had to settle some money that was due, the government had to settle. At that time, they knew that when we settle that, we are going to hit rock bottom. But there was no plan, no solid plan of how we are going to survive thereafter. Maybe they thought they could get it from somewhere. It didn't work. So we are in a situation where foreign reserves are really rock bottom. So, and we are heavily dependent on imports, and the rains have failed us, or rather it's really not time for the rain. It's just started coming in now, and we need fuel to operate the turbines, the power stations. We don't have enough fuel for that, so lengthy power cuts. We had up to 13 hours on some days. So it's all been, that's what's happening here. But one silver lining in this dark cloud is that I kind of feel that civil society in Sri Lanka has finally come of age.
So, this government, when you read the newspaper, when you read all the headlines, I mean, sometimes it feels like this country was not ruled by the government, but ruled by a family. And that too, with a single faith of looking down upon everybody else except one sect that they follow, which is very faith-oriented, and then disliking was more, focus than liking what is right for the country and doing. How much is that correct behind the fiasco of economic crisis?
Well, definitely the family rule is there. I mean, definitely. I mean, you have a president and the prime minister, they are brothers. You have a cabinet minister in one of the sons. The other son was in the Navy, and prime minister's office, the prime minister's chief attaché or chief whip or something like that. And then there are cousins and uncles, and all of them, they are ambassadors here and there, they hold ministerial portfolios. But the government's explanation is we contested an election and we won. We got a majority and we came in. So you can't, I mean, there was 69 lakhs, I mean, 6.9 million people voted for them. So you can't fault, you can't say that they did something wrong. We did wrong. It was us who voted them in. It's not they rigged their votes and came in or anything. I don't know, they may have rigged numbers, but that's not important. They could not have got this amount that way. So, I mean, they were elected by the people. They knew what they were electing.
So people are now suddenly realizing that it was their mistake, and that's the reason all of them together, they are coming onto the streets and trying to tell the government that please leave us, and we want new government and new election. And
no, they're not even asking for new government or election. And Osama, importantly, these gatherings are not led by anyone. It's not. There is definitely no political party behind it. There is also no known visible civil society organization either. So it started by saying, let's protest in silence, let's gather so they were on social media, played a huge role at this roundabout. You know, you're familiar with roundabouts. Right?
Yes.
Like, you know, so at various key roundabouts, they asked people to just come and stand with candles. So that's how it started a couple of months ago. These small pockets started becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and they converged, and they brought everybody together. There was one saying, let's all get together, and we met, people came to one place in the park. So there was, when you meet also, there is no what do you call, nobody addressing people, nobody holding forth about what, but they are all carrying placards, you know, saying main call is 𝐾𝐄𝐅𝐃𝐢, go home. That's it, you know, hashtag 𝐾𝐄𝐅𝐃𝐢, go home. So around that, so they are not asking for elections. They just want this family to get out of the country, go home. And now they have realized that that might not be really what they want. Now they are saying, put them behind bars or give us what you robbed and get out of the country.
So what is the role? I heard that even paper is scarcely available, question paper, so there is an education and examination is affected. I don't know if newspapers are affected. Do you have all the newspapers publishing the same number?
I no longer buy newspapers as such, so I don't really know, but I don't think newspapers are affected. But yes, printing was affected to the extent the electricity board could not issue the electricity bill. So the guys went from house to house showing the bill, I mean, showing it on the mobile or on a device and saying, this is your bill for the month, can you pay it? And these guys are saying, no, we are not going to pay it. I mean, until I get a bill, I'm not going to pay it. Then they have told them, pay what you paid last month. So they're saying, why should I pay what I paid last month? You haven't given me electricity this month. So you have cut my electricity so much, I shouldn't be paying you what I paid you last month. So, I mean, it's really bad. But there is also sort of a sense, I've been a bit concerned about that, because over the last few weeks, we have kind of built up a sort of a euphoria where it's, you know, we have this thing, big matches, you know, Royal Thomian, that is a big match, cricket match, played between two leading public schools in the country, Royal College and St. Thomas's. And during big match time, it's a real frenzy with open-roofed vehicles rushing around the road, carrying their school flags and hooting at the other side. And the atmosphere is something like that of the big match now. So I was wondering the other day, gosh, have we lost our plot? I mean, we are enjoying this, people are singing like go, 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 ta, go, go. I mean, it's a huge cry. They are dancing on the streets. But then I don't know what you think about it, but there was somebody who told me, we are looking at a different generation of people. You're judging, but by what you think. These are young people. This is the way they want to express themselves.
No, but that is very common if you look at it historically, because all the revolutions that take place, the poets come, the artist comes, their expression is on the wall, their expression is in their dancing and music and folk and whatever. So I don't think there is anything wrong with the young people dancing and telling you with a smile that go home, so yeah, I know, the other party will, or other side will make fun of you, that whether these guys are enjoying or whether these guys are complaining. But I think as long as it is a very peaceful and creative way of putting your words, it's a very good development.
Yeah. No, it has been very peaceful. Nobody has tried to do anything, but sadly, there was one occasion when the protest was close to the president's house, when I don't know who it was, but some thugs came and set fire to a bus and then blamed the protesters for it. And they arrested a few people. And Osama, when they were taken to the police station, there were some 40-odd people taken into the police station. 300 lawyers came offering their services pro bono to defend those people.
So certainly the masses are very affected, and they are together to get rid of this mess.
Oh yes, their call is for these people. They're not asking, and they have made it very clear, asking Gotabaya to go. We are not inviting Sajid to step in. Sajid is the leader of the opposition. So what they are saying is, we are saying Gota go, but we are not saying Sajid come. And so they want this out. So I was listening to former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe speaking in Parliament. He was. I thought he was really good, because he didn't accuse anyone. He didn't try to say, I am the man, this party is not good or that party is not good. All he laid down was a means by which we can come out of this. So he's asking, give the power to the parliament. Let the parliament take it from there. Let the parliament appoint a cabinet. Let the parliament handle it. So the people are asking for the president to step down. They're not going to take anything less than that. So give the power to the parliament. So, and he outlined the next steps with regard to IMF and all that. So, yeah,
So tell me, two questions I have. One is that Sri Lanka has only 35% internet penetration. That means there are not many people connected. And at this point of time, the communication, what is the dependency on communication? How is the digital media playing a role? How social media is playing a role in dissemination or information reach or mobilization?
So Osama, our social media, we have about 7 million on social media. And when I say social media, it's largely Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, the whole lot of Facebook platforms. So 7 million are using it. And this is largely mobile internet.
Right.
This is an issue that I saw WSA was also at the World Summit. World Summit experts group was discussing the issue of accessibility.
Right.
And it is there, especially for women, because this is mobile internet we are talking of, which means device ownership comes into play. And it's the man who holds the device usually. And it's the accessibility for women is not good. But across the country, the mobile penetration in Sri Lanka is very high. So it's reaching almost every corner of the country. Yeah.
And how the people are mobilizing each other to come on the ground? And is it only Colombo which is crowded on the street, or is it everywhere?
Everywhere. Jahan, my son was in Dambulla, which is where they had some cricket matches going on. They drove from Dambulla to Colombo that night. Every city they passed, every single city along the way. That was like after 10 in the night, 10, 11. And even on the day the government declared curfew, people were on the roads.
So the second question and the last question is that Sri Lanka doesn't have money. Even if you change government, you change anything, how do you overcome this crisis? Is there some idea?
Yeah, so one thing is, I mean, we have to get our financial management, in place properly. And we've now got a new governor of the central bank. He recently had a press conference and he came across as being very, very good. I mean, I was quite impressed. He said he's not going to tolerate any kind of political interference and he will do what is best for the country. He came only day before yesterday. He's already brought in the first step of increasing interest rates for deposits. So Ranil, former Prime Minister, I mean, he made these suggestions, but basically we need to go to the IMF. We need to restructure our loans and we need to get a package, a bailout package. And we need to, while at the higher end, it'll hit us. The lower people, the daily earners, people who make a equal living with great difficulty, they are to be offered a higher level of subsidies at real sort of maintenance, marginalized people to be given sort of just enough to maintain them kind of. So we will have to, we really would need a bailout package from the IMF and to restructure our loans. So India has been really helpful too. I mean, they are keeping our lights. We are lit here and there thanks to India.
But India is helping you monetarily, or they are helping politically also to the people at the helm?
They are I mean, I don't know whether they are helping politically to the people at the helm. I hope not. But they have given us a line of credit, which is Indian rupees. So we can get essential drugs, fuel, things that India can sell to us. So that we are getting. And I mean, fuel, when the fuel ship came in, people were like, and there was a video clip of the Indian fuel ship coming into the harbor with a song in the background in Sinhalese, which said, "I missed you so much, I'm seeing you, it's making my heart go up to see you." It was welcomed with such joy.
And what is the level of internet availability?
You mean internet availability in the sense of
shutdowns or available, no shutdowns, or
no, but during power cuts, even the towers are affected. I didn't realize that. So the mobile internet also goes askew during power cut. But the internet was, social media was shut down for 24 hours last weekend, I think, and that really backfired. So within almost, I mean, I don't know whether it was even shut for 24 hours, they put it back up.
After that, there is no shutdowns?
No. That was the only time. I don't think they'll do it again. It went, because that led to protests across the world. I mean, Sri Lankans living everywhere came out.
Yeah. I mean, internet shutdowns get a very, very strong
Very, very
flag.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think the IMF will also expect us to toe the line. Certain things. I mean, human rights. I mean, they will want freedom of expression. I saw the ambassador to the US has commented that the silent protests in Sri Lanka have been heard by the world. And she had said she urges the government to let people protest. It's freedom of speech is important. One more thing, but you have to be mindful with the internet and social media. It can be used by anyone. So you can have somebody who comes in with 1,000 bogus profiles and lead people astray.
Right.
I don't know, it's you have to be astute to manage what you see and glean the correct things from it.
So if I ask you to, if not narrate, but just few lines of your day-to-day life in the economic crisis, how much of your cost increase? It's double, it's tripled, it's 4 times, and it's still available for you. I know that you can afford things. I mean, very few people can, but
no, I think costs. I have, since I started ordering groceries online, I have continued to do so. So definitely the cost of what I order for a week, which has more than doubled. For the same kind of thing, it has more than doubled for sure. Fuel has tripled. Fuel price has tripled. So those are the 2 main things, I think. But on a day-to-day basis, what affected me most is the power cuts.
I think, do you think that the time will pass soon, or do you see any fear of more worse situation to come up?
I'm actually very optimistic now.
Okay.
I mean, after having listened to Ranil speaking in Parliament, and everybody listened to him. And that's the important thing, because when up to that point, everybody was trying to, not even allowing the other person to speak. That is one. And the other thing, that we have actually signed the request to the IMF for assistance. So I think it might be difficult months ahead, but I don't think it will get any worse unless, of course, the government does not step down. Whatever happens economically, whatever happens out there with the IMF, even if we restructure our loans, people want the Rajapaksas to leave.
Well, thank you very much. And as we have no choice but to love each other, because we are physically and geographically attached to each other. And I feel like coming and doing some help, but I don't know how civil society can help in this situation. But I would like to send you our wishes and inspiration and the tricks of the digital tricks or the digital media tricks, that we should continue to mobilize more and more good people's souls to come on the street and peacefully tell the world that we need change, and the first step of change is that the current government goes, even if nobody new comes.